and welcome back to your science class. Well children, you may know that we have already started our first chapter, that is chemical reactions and equations. If you know children, in the last class we talked about chemical change. We also discussed the brief introduction about chemical reactions. In today's class children, we are going to look into chemical reactions in detail. We are going to see why chemical reactions are important, how do we write chemical reactions, and also how do we write chemical equations. At the end of today's class, you will be able to write chemical equation for any chemical reaction. So let's start. Well children, if you can see here, this is the first chapter, that is chemical reactions and equations. Now, what comes to your mind when I say chemical reaction? I am very much sure that this kind of picture comes to your mind when I say chemical reactions. Exactly. You are right. Chemical reactions are something which are the products of any chemical change. Now, when I am saying chemical change, what do I mean by chemical change? Well children, in previous classes we discussed about chemical change. Yes? Yes. If you remember, I told you that chemical change is a process in which new substances are formed. For example, in 7th class or in 8th class, in 9th class also, you must have studied that rusting of iron. Rusting of iron is a chemical change. Photosynthesis process is a chemical change. Well, if we take this example, you can see here there is this iron. This is the iron, and this new rust that you can see here is the completely new product. It's the new product that we know by a name called rust or iron oxide. So we can say that in a chemical change, a completely new substance is formed. Yes? Okay. So when there is a chemical change, there will always be a chemical reaction. So there is some reaction going on which brings any chemical change. Also, if you see the photosynthesis, okay, if you see the photosynthesis process, can you recall photosynthesis process? Yes, that's a very simple thing. In there also there is some chemical reaction happening. Some chemical reaction also happens there which brings about the chemical change. So in the Zoom class, some child was asking me that is chemical reaction and chemical change are same? Yes. Chemical reactions are involved in a chemical change, or we can say that whenever there is a chemical change, there will be a reaction involved in it. So they both are related, and you can say somehow they are same as well. So how do we get to know that there is any chemical change? By these steps. Okay, these are the few of the observations which confirm the chemical change, like the change in state. For example, if something is in liquid state, if it gets converted into gaseous state, so we can say there is a chemical change. So if there is a chemical change, there will be a reaction accompanying to it. If there is a change in color, like that in the case of iron rusting, okay, so we can say that there is a chemical change. There will also be a chemical reaction involved in this rusting process. So children, we will come to this chemical reaction a little later in today's class. Here also change in temperature, evolution of gas, formation of precipitate. So these are the following observations which tells us that there is a chemical change, or which tells us that there is a chemical reaction. Now we are here to answer that what exactly is a chemical reaction. Okay, a chemical reaction, children, is a process where reactants get converted into a product which may be under an influence of a catalyst. Reactant means the initial material and the product means the final thing that we get. Okay, so that is what we call as a chemical reaction, because here if you can see, earlier it was iron, but after reaction it got converted into a new product which we call as a rust or iron oxide. So every chemical change will give you a new product. Okay, every chemical change will give you a new product. Also, if you see photosynthesis process, here also when carbon dioxide and water combine with each other, they give what? They give glucose and oxygen. So we can say that chemical reaction. Okay, this is a chemical reaction. Now in chemical reaction you are seeing this plus sign. Yes, so in chemical reaction you will always see plus sign. So plus signs shows the reactants. So here carbon dioxide is a reactant, water is also a reactant. Plus sign shows that they are combining. When they combine, this arrow shows the direction of reaction, and these at the right hand side shows the product. So we can say that this whole is reactant and that whole RHS part is product, and this arrow shows the direction of any reaction, and this is what we call as a chemical equation. Clear? Or chemical reaction. The word equation shows change of reactants to product through an arrow placed between them. The reactants are written on left hand side with a plus sign between them, and products are written on the right side with a plus sign in them. The arrowhead points towards the products and shows the direction of the reaction. I hope it is clear. If not, then let's see some more examples. So here we can see the rusting of iron. Can you see this iron? Yes. So this iron that you can see here, this grayish part was the original iron. That you can see iron. When this iron got in touch with the oxygen in the atmosphere there is oxygen present. So when this iron comes in contact with the oxygen and the water droplets present around itself, it reacts. So we will put plus sign. It reacts with oxygen. Okay. So now this is what? This is a reactant. They are reactants. And what they give? Final product after. This is a chemical change. So when iron combines with oxygen, what do we get? We get iron oxide. We get iron oxide or ferrous oxide, which is also known as rust. So this is what we call as reactants, and this part is called as product. Clear? Now this is also written here, ferrous, sometimes known by iron, or iron is the same thing. Oxygen, they give ferrous oxide, which we know as rust. Now children, let's take one more example. This example is the most common example that you will see in your textbook as well. So here in this activity, we can do this activity also. We will do it in the lab as well. So what you need to do is take some magnesium metal. Take magnesium ribbon, it comes in the form of ribbon. Burn it in the flame of some Bunsen burner or in candle. You will notice that this magnesium burns with a dazzling flame, and after some time you will find some magnesium oxide here. If you place some plate or something, you will get some iron oxide or powder form here. So what is that? This is also a chemical change. This is also a chemical change. So when magnesium reacts, or when magnesium is heated in the presence of oxygen, you all know oxygen is present in the atmosphere. So when magnesium is heated in the presence of oxygen, a completely new product is formed. That is called as magnesium oxide. So this is basically a chemical change. So there will be a chemical reaction for that. So what is that chemical reaction? Let's see. Just a minute. Now here. Just a minute. Yes. So what is the chemical equation for that? You can see here, magnesium plus oxygen gives magnesium oxide. So children, is that clear? So magnesium was burning with oxygen. So we have kept it at the left hand side. They both are known as reactants. They react, plus in the middle. This arrow which shows the direction of the chemical reaction. So what we get in this chemical reaction? We get magnesium oxide, which is a product. I hope it is clear. Now let's take more example. Here one more example is hydrogen. When hydrogen is a gas, when this gas combines with oxygen, we get water. So this is how completed. what do we call this? This side will be called as what? Exactly. This is called as reactants and that side will be called as products. I hope children things are getting clearer now. Let's take one more example. So if I ask you to write a chemical equation where zinc combines with hydrochloric acid to give hydrogen and zinc chloride. So how you will write the reaction or equation? Zinc plus hydrochloric acid plus hydrogen plus zinc chloride. So this is, yes, this is reactant and that is very nice. That is product. Now similarly these are various other reactions that you can note down. Some of them we have already covered. So when zinc reacts with sulfuric acid, it gives zinc sulfate plus hydrogen. Okay. So children, I hope this part is clear to you. Now if you remember children, in the 9th class we talked about the various symbols of elements. Yes, did you remember? There was this table and I told you to remember all the symbols of any element. Did you remember the symbol for aluminium? Al. Yes. Now, did you remember the symbol for magnesium? Mg. Symbol for silver? Ag. Yes. So, children, this is the simple picture that I have taken. So, these are the various symbols. Carbon is C, nitrogen is N, Mg, magnesium is Mg, sodium is Na. So, why I asked you to learn them? Because here we are going to use them. So, here in place of these big names, magnesium, hydrochloric acid, zinc, we are going to write their symbols. Okay. So, we are going to write now chemical equation. Chemical equation is nothing but it's just the symbolic representation of any chemical reaction. So basically these were the chemical reactions. Okay, now if I ask you to write down in the form of symbols like magnesium is Mg, hydrochloric acid is HCl, magnesium chloride is MgCl2, hydrogen is H2. So here I am writing their symbols, so this will be called as chemical equation. Okay, so a chemical equation, can you read out? Yes, read out by your own. A chemical equation uses chemical symbols and formulas to represent the reactants and products in a chemical reaction. Full stop. Let's see some example for that. Now here magnesium plus oxygen gives Mg, magnesium oxide. Can you write down equation for this? Can you write down the equation for this? Let's write down. So magnesium is Mg, very good. Now oxygen is O2. Why O2? Why not O? We will discuss it. Magnesium plus O2, that is oxygen, gives MgO. So these are the reactants and this is the product. Okay, so this is how we write down equation for any chemical reaction. Here also carbon dioxide, this is the equation for, can you recall? By leaf you can recall, yes, this is the equation for photosynthesis. So carbon dioxide, CO2, water, H2O, glucose is C6H12O6 plus O2. Okay, so this is the equation. So you can clearly see that these equations, these symbols make our chemical reaction a lot simpler and a lot easier to write. Yes? Okay, now let's see this. This is the another equation. So we can see here, this is basically a decomposition reaction. So they have written sodium chloride here. So we can consider it like this. When sodium reacts with chlorine, what we get? We get sodium chloride. Or when we decompose sodium chloride, presence of heat, what we get? We get sodium and chlorine. So let's write down this chemical reaction with these symbols. Okay, so sodium is Na and chlorine is Cl2. Okay, so now you all must be wondering why ma'am is writing Cl2 and O2 if their symbols are Cl and O. Yes, here I have told you that for chlorine it is Cl, for oxygen it is O. No, but still we are writing O2 and we are writing Cl2. Why? We will discuss it a little later. Okay. So sodium is Na and the symbol for chlorine in chemical equation is Cl2. Okay, and this is NaCl. Now if you remember, I told you all these non-metals like hydrogen, oxygen, chlorine, they all H2, O2, Cl2. Without two atoms, they are not stable. So whenever we write chemical equations, we have to use two atoms of hydrogen. We have to use two atoms of oxygen. We have to use two atoms of chlorine. Only then the equation can take place. Only then this element can be stable. So that is the reason why we will take nitrogen as N2, because it exists as diatomics. Alright. Similarly, phosphorus exists as four atoms. So in equations we will write this also. Clear? It will be clear in the coming examples. Next, you can see here, this we have already covered. This is the chemical equation of photosynthesis. You can see carbon dioxide, CO2, water, carbon dioxide plus water, that is CO2 plus H2O. In the presence of sunlight, it gives glucose plus oxygen. Now, what is the reactant here? Reactant is carbon dioxide and water, because they both are combining. And what is the product? Glucose and oxygen, because there is the final product. So this is a chemical change also. Okay, now your doubt must be getting clearer now. Now let's talk about formulas. Okay, the chemical formulas of most elements are written simply as a symbol in periodic table. Like magnesium is written as Mg, sodium is